day. Try to get the speed of the greens. See if there's grain in the greens or not. Now, if we got big greens out on the golf course, I'm not going to hit every shot 10 feet from the hole. At least I don't think so. And so I might try some long ones and get the speed down there. Ben Crenshaw told me one time that's basically what he does on a golf course when he goes out. He tries to putt some long putts in practice to get his touch down, because he always feels like he's going to be good on the 10 to 15, 20 foot range. But the 50 and 60 footers is where you can save a stroke if you can two-putt them consistently.
If I have 15 minutes to practice on my putting, 10 minutes would be devoted to putting these short putts. And the other 5 minutes would be for the long putts. And what I do is I will select a hole like this, and I'll start out with a relatively easy putt that doesn't break much, just to start getting the confidence. And once I have made a few of those, then I'll move a little further around the hole to where I have sort of a little different putt. And that way, in a few minutes, I can experience all types of putt just going around a hole. And usually I like not a flat area of the green, but I might go up there, say where that hole is a little more on the side of the hill, where I would get a slice break putt, a hook break putt, an uphill putt, a downhill putt, a straight putt, so that I got that feel.
I like to hit a lot of one-handed putts, because if you don't follow through, the ball's going to go right or left every time. So I love to practice one-handed, because the good thing about it is you always follow through because the putter's so heavy. And that's pretty much a key thing, is making sure you follow through every time you hit a putt. And I have putted on tour one-handed before. Mike Holbert did it with his right hand.
Yeah.
And played good.
The basic grip, what everybody started with, was the left hand on top, thumb on top, palm here, right hand, thumb on top, palm there. So the palms were opposing, okay? And that was a standard grip forever. And then all of a sudden on the tour, you saw guys, and Dave Hill was the first guy I saw that went left hand low, which if you did that then, back in the late 70s, early 80s, and he's the first guy I remember. Orville Moody tried it and everything else. You were afflicted by some neurological problem, okay? So it was a stigma. You wouldn't go there. And that rule was all broken. That rule was all broken. When Chris DeMarco came out, and he came out with his sommelier grip or a psycho grip, or once he did that and started putting well, then everybody, that was all over.
Well, I was always a very streaky putter. And what happened to me finally was that when I got out there and you'd have a putt, a tench putt or something, and my right hand and my left hand would get so tight and they'd work not together. So my right hand would want to work this way, my left hand would work this way. So it was very hard for me to get the putter back. And I used to hit a lot of putts like that, real short and jabby. So I was talking with Skip Kendall, and he showed me this grip, and I'm like, he's like, put your hand like this. I'm like, golly, that's weird. So I started I had a putt about like this right here one day, and there's no way I was gonna make it normal. So I said, let me try it. So I stepped in there and I put my hands on normal, where I put my right hand like this, and I just kind of, and it went dead middle. It went straight in the middle, and I was like, wow, what a good feeling that is. And it started from about this distance, and it just gradually got further. Now I do it everywhere.
I actually putted with this one in a tournament, and this is what I call my pool cue. And the idea with all these grips with your right hand is you get your right hand in there and lock it so it wouldn't release and go this way. So that's why these grips are all pretty good. Calcavecchia uses this grip here, and he is putting the ball well. But here's one I devised called the pool cue. And basically, and I actually use this in a tournament, I went up and gripped this like it was a pool cue, and then I put my little pinky there, so it froze my right wrist. I can't break the right wrist at all. Doesn't work. and actually was pretty good. I remember I played that day with Hubert Green and Lee Trevino. With this grip, I'm gonna putt it, and they never said a word to me for 18 holes. Watch this. Now, I don't know about you, but I would have mentioned something if I saw a guy that was gripping a putter like this, but they never said a word. Of course, out there, no one ever talks to me anyway, so that's I can understand that. 2-putt par, here we go again.
Putting is all about confidence. If you feel like you're going to knock putts in, you are. So for guys that, whatever gives you the best feeling, whatever you feel the most confidence with, whether it's cross-handed, conventional, belly button, long putter, whatever you feel like you're going to make the most putts with, you probably will. I think there's a few fundamentals. One, with your eyes relatively over the ball, you can see the line of sight. You can get your putter aimed much better, and you can see the line that you want to hit the ball on a lot better. So that's important. And I think the putter should stay relatively square throughout the stroke. I'm not a a guy that has a putter with a lot of hang to it. I'm usually face balanced to just a little bit less of a hang. Guys that have heel shafted putters, like an old 8802, normally have like an opening and a closing effect. And I was taught more of a square to square stroke. Again, that makes sense. I'm real square to the ball. My eyes are over the ball. I make sure I should be aimed a little bit more a cup or a little bit more left of the hole. And I try to get that line on my putter aiming right there. And now I'm just trying to keep the putter real square.
As best of putting continues.
And I don't think about, do I need to take the putter outside or inside, or I don't think about any of that.
And later,
I like the thought of how I'm going to make it than sit there and say how I'm going to miss it.